For every mystery solved, a new one begins. After escaping the Chamber of Worlds, Professor Reed found the compass of eternity was no longer frantic. It was still, and it was pointing, not to land, but to a desolate stretch of the cold Atlantic Ocean, a place sailors call the Silent Zone. With an old sea captain, a man whose eyes held more storms than the sky, Reed chartered a boat and sailed into the unknown. Days turned into a week. The sea grew unnaturally calm. Then, the fog rolled in, thick, white, and suffocating. It swallowed the world, leaving only silence. And then, out of the mist, a shape emerged. A phantom from a forgotten age. A 17th century galleon, with tattered sails and a hull scarred by time and tide. It moved without wind, a ghost ship sailing on a spectral sea. The compass in Reed's hand pulsed with a steady, determined light. The destination was here. Against the captain's warnings, Reed boarded the derelict ship. The air was heavy with sorrow. He saw them almost immediately, translucent figures, forever bound to the ship's deck. They were spirits, blind to his presence, caught in a loop, a time echo. They were reenacting their final violent moments, a mutiny against their captain. He moved through the ghostly figures, a living man in a world of echoes. Inside the captain's cabin, he saw the spirit of the captain himself, not fighting, but in a moment of quiet desperation before the mutiny began. He watched as the captain hid a small, ornate casket beneath a loose floorboard, just as the first shouts of his crew echoed through the door. This was the source, the anchor of the curse. As Reed reached for the floorboard, the spectral world flickered. For the first time, the mutinous spirits saw him. Their ghostly eyes, filled with centuries of rage, turned toward the intruder. They surged forward. But just as they closed in, the captain's spirit materialized between them and Reed, his own sword drawn. A silent guardian. While the captain held back the furious crew in a silent, desperate battle, Reed pried the floorboard loose and seized the casket. The moment his fingers touched its cold surface, a brilliant, warm light erupted from within. It washed over the entire ship. The fighting stopped. The rage in the spirit's eyes softened into peace. One by one, they looked at Reed, nodded in silent gratitude, and faded into mist. The captain gave a final, solemn salute, and then he too was gone. As the last spirit vanished, the great ship itself began to dissolve. Fading back into the fog from whence it came, Reed was suddenly back on his own boat, the ocean now clear, the sun beginning to shine, alone. In his hands, the casket. He opened it. Inside, resting on velvet, was a flawless, glowing crystal, and carved into its surface were symbols, ancient and strangely familiar, the same script as the compass of eternity. One curse broken, but a larger mystery uncovered. The journey is far from over.